Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Halo Reach. Today's a special episode. Every year I like to come back to this game right on my old best friend's birthday, August 31st. And I'd like to do something to kind of honor him. But before we continue on with all that dramatic nonsense, of course we gotta do our unfamiliar drink. Today's unfamiliar drink is gonna be Monster Mango Loco. I'm pretty sure I haven't tried this before, but I'm starting to run out of energy drinks, guys. If you're joining me, cheers and bottoms up. Oh, whew. Oh, what the heck? Oh, why does that taste like tea? I don't like tea. Is that tea? Oh, okay. It's definitely mango. Oh, man. I am not a big fan of this. It's caffeine level 150 milligrams per can. I didn't exactly have a plan for today's Halo Reach birthday episode, but I figured I might as well start off by showing you what I did last year because I didn't post anything for it. But I do have the map file still saved. So if we go into here, into Forge World, and it should be, here it is. So as you can see, I made this level on August 31st, 2024. So I did not miss his birthday. I always try to, I don't usually get to talk to him himself, but he does have family members that, I try to wish him a happy birthday on his birthday, but, I didn't forget. Oh, we have to select a game type. Okay. Aw, man. Alright, let's just go into, we gotta go into Forge. And here we are in the world. Of course, there's really nothing here except for a bunch of respawn points. But if we take a little hop, skip, and a jump to the top here, haha, look at that. Happy birthday, Dreader 2024. I forgot I put all this. I thought I only wrote out Dreader in the Forge. I totally forgot I did everything. I did the complete happy B-Day. I remember this 24 being a pain in the ass, and I just stuck with this because I couldn't figure out a better way to do it, but I don't think it looks too bad. So if we zoom out here, look at that. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, this is what I did last year. I just put a whole bunch of like random vehicles, weapons, and abilities up here just in case. I don't think anybody will ever play this map, actually. Maybe one day. That would be cool. If maybe one day we could play this map with the man himself, but I can't make any promises on that whatsoever. And maybe I'll get into that in a little bit, but right now I just I want to keep the good energy going. So but this is 2024, so we got to get out of here and find something that's appropriate for 2025. Okay, for some reason I just got heavenly. I got heavily I got heavily inspired to make a little game mode right now. I don't know how well it's gonna work out, but I have a little idea, and it's more than just right now happy birthday. So we're gonna go ahead. We're just gonna do a normal basic Forge world. And where's a good place to do? Oh, this would actually be perfect, I think, right over here. It's not flat. That might be a good thing, actually. It might actually help us out in the long run. So basically, I think I wanna put walls around this, and I want to make it, well, let's see if I can get the idea sort of started off, and then I can explain a little bit better. You're only allowed to have 2 grids. Oh man, walls, all curved. Oh, if we did it with these though, it would take so long. How many of these are we even allowed to have? 50? I don't think that's enough. I really don't think it's enough to do the whole of, well, maybe. Or is there like a cylinder? Okay, how many of the one-way walls? Oh, there's the one-way shield. Okay, you can only have... Oh man, they don't let you have a lot of anything. Oh wait, no, they kind of do let you have a bit. All right. Oh, that's kind of big. Okay, so what if we put you right here? No, we can maybe make it a little bit further, and we'll do another one. Well, that's pretty much as good as it's gonna get, I think. All right. We're doing it. That's smaller than I was hoping for, though. We don't need this wall here. All right, I mean, I think think that's pretty good for a little box. There's no escaping. It's a good thing too, because we ended up using them all. So my full idea now, because I'm getting more inspired the more I go, but I don't, it's gonna take a lot of work, and I would need some kind of stairs, platforms, staircase. No, that's not gonna work. I don't think this worked. Well, maybe this might work. No, it's kind of not what I'm going for, but it's an option. What else we got? We could just do it out of bridges. Like, that's always an option. Okay, let's get rid of this. We're gonna do the classic bridge method where we just build a shit ton of bridges. Oh, that's too small. No, I need something a little bit. I guess larges are gonna have to do. Okay, that is not the rotation snap that I wanted. What about 45? Still a little too much. What about 30? That's better. Can you walk up that? Let's see. I don't know if you could actually walk up that. Oh yeah, you should be able to. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, I guess 30 degree rotation snap is the way to go. I guess we could do extra large. There we go. Yeah, this is more my vision, except we're gonna have to build a bunch of these. Okay, so it's not the prettiest. Okay, so I'll tell you guys my plan now, so this kind of makes more sense. I want to make a little boxed in area, right? And I want to make like a platform or a staircase all the way up to the top, but at the bottom I want to have the respawn points, and I want to put like a bunch of grenades and a bunch of like explosives at the bottom. And you have to try to make it all the way up to the top. It's not the most, I wouldn't say it's the most elaborate game in the world, but I don't know, that's what I got inspired by, so that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now, except it's not working out very well, I gotta be honest with you. We're like doing diagonal bridges and crap. I don't even know what's going on here. I mean, it kind of works though. I think it might work better for the grenade throwing on like the inside. All right. We'll keep it like that then, I guess. Okay, we'll just keep it slightly slanted, I guess. Okay, we might need like a 5 degree rotation snap or something, because it's not working out. Oh gosh. Look at this nonsense. Okay, I guess off. I don't know how to properly connect these things, man. I guess it doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to be functional, right? This is the classic Halo Reach Forge method. Just bullshit until you get where you want to get. That was a terrible sentence. I don't even know how I managed to get that out of my mouth. This is awkward. Because I don't know where the walls are gonna be either, so I'm trying to like not mash it up as much as I can. Doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be functional. But anyways, yeah, my friend Dreader, I know he probably doesn't go by that gamer tag anymore, but he was a real life friend. I actually knew the guy. I know, it's shocking, but you know, it's screw it. Let's just put up some giant walls. Walls. When in doubt, just use some freaking Coliseum walls, right? They're big, they're effective, and they send a message. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just rambling. It's hard to explain just how important that friendship was and how it helped define my character and the person that I am and the person that I want to be, but I'm not quite that person yet. And it's also a friendship that I have to use a lot of reflection on, and I have to be really careful. I know, it's complicated, but the main thing is there were 2 brothers, and I was very close friends with both of them, and the youngest, Dreader, was my best friend, and I still consider him my best friend, even though we don't talk and we don't do anything anymore. I've never had a friendship quite on that level before. That helped define my life as much as it did. In that specific time period of my life, I met him in 5th grade, and we were friends, but it wasn't until 6th grade where we really became best friends. We became the unstoppable duo. Not really, we were just a bunch of hormone-filled loser kids at school, but we're basically the Christian breakfast club. Not really, but Christianity was a big thing that played into our friendship, because I met him in 5th. We started really hanging out toward the end of 5th grade and the summer, and then 6th grade is when we really hit it off. Sorry, I'm gonna keep building here. I'm gonna keep building. Don't worry. And we grew up in a really small town. Like a really small town. The type of town where everybody knows everybody and people talk about each other constantly, and there's no other extracurricular activities except for religion or doing drugs. And they thankfully had me on the right path. Because, and this is I just think it's funny how all of it just played out because of how much it affected me. But the first time he asked me to spend the night at his house, because we were talking about video games, and we were talking about like Black Ops Zombies had just came out recently, and Halo Reach was a part of that. It was during that era of gaming in Xbox 360 and PS3. I was a PS3 gamer, and he was a Xbox gamer, 100%. I'm just gonna do a little walk-up test to make sure we can actually walk up this platform, or if we're just doing... I don't want to get too far and then have to reset. Oh, see, you can't even walk. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. All right, so we gotta make a teeny little platform just to get up here. Oh yeah, what if we flip it? There we go. And now we're using our brain. Okay, this should be better right there. Okay, we can actually walk up the bridge now. How about the rest of the way? Can we jump up here? Yes, we can. All right, and we're going. Okay, yeah, it looks, yeah, everything's going to plan, except this one's not so good. You might have to, so you have to jump on the side for this one. Not exactly ideal, so I'm gonna try to angle this up a little bit, and I think that should give us just enough to make this jump now. There we go, it's perfect. Come right in here. All right, we'll keep it going. I want it to be big. I didn't want it to be this big though. I did want the layers to kind of be, all right, we're gonna scratch that. We're gonna grab this, lower it back down a little bit, and we're gonna lower these, because you can't get up to the top too quick, or it's gonna be, oh, that's like a perfect center. That was what I was going for, but yeah, we don't have anything. Oh god, I'm gonna blow my, oh, I killed myself. I swear to god, I didn't mean to do that. I swear I didn't mean to do that. Oh, it put us all the way back out here. That's crazy. All right, well, I'm gonna do a little bit of flying over there. Whee! But the reason okay, I'll talk about that later, because I keep going on too many side tangents. But the first time he invited me over to his house, he won me over with playing video games and stuff. And it was on the weekend, and so I had asked if I could stay the night, and his parents, specifically his mother, said it was okay as long as I went to church with them in the morning, because it would be Sunday, and I was okay with that. I didn't have much experience with like Christianity or any other religion for the most part, but I went, and it was all right. It was a good time. We were still young enough to go to like the Sunday school thing, so it was fun. We got to do activities and stuff, and his parents were actually the pastor, and I can't think of the name of the pastor's wife, but she helped out with the church as well for the Sunday school, and so it was a good time, and so I kept coming back every weekend. It was pretty much like, at first it wasn't every weekend, but over time it became every weekend. I was going to their house and we were hanging out, playing video games, going to church, going to Winter Jam, going to youth convention, going to Creation Fest during the summer. It just blew up from there, and it was good. I didn't know it at the time, but I was happy, or at least I should have been. I was, being emotional kid growing up and not fully knowing anything about what the heck is going on, and especially in the area we lived in, it was just very confusing growing up. It was nice having that consistency, that routine for those years, getting in touch with my faith and all this other stuff. And I know you guys probably don't want to hear about all that, but I'm gonna say it. I have my roots in Christianity, and I just say God knows where my heart is, and it's a lot. I did a lot with those brothers. They were basically, and yeah, we made the joke all the time that that was basically, my second family, because we were really that close. I gotta add some more walls to the top here. I don't know how big we're gonna make this thing. I might end it after we get a little bit hurt. Maybe like halfway. Nah, screw it. Let's do let's try to line it up perfect. There we go. Maybe like here? Yeah, that seems good. But these guys influence so much of what I would consume, like media-wise, because you know, we were a Pentecostal you know, youth pastor, you know, Christian home. And so you're definitely held to a higher standard, and that's gonna and that sort of ties into what happened in our falling out. I lost track of what. See, I can never get my thoughts straight when talking about this stuff. But they influence so much of my music choice. Especially, I avoided secular music for a long time, and that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing, especially since later in my life when I started when I started listening to secular music a lot more. To be honest, I was like, I wasn't liking it, because it was just, say what you want about, you know, modern Christian music, but it just felt safe. It felt like it meant something. It felt like it was more than just a bunch of noise to try and get famous, if that makes sense. I'll never forget the first time they had me listen to Toby Mac. The man himself. It was a little song. We used to run around with like Nerf guns and stuff, and we used to like make up stories and shit, you know, like you know, kids shit. And oh man, music was such a big influence and big part of everything that we did. We used to put the music on and like make stories with that music in the background is like a cinematic, you know, like this is a movie. And I remember the first Toby Mac song was Boomin', and after it finished, I asked him, like, can you play that song again? Like, what is the name of that song? And so he played it again, and he told me, and so that's how that all started. And so I got really deep into that world of modern evangelical music with, you know, like Toby Mac, Newsboys, Hillsong, Owl City, Royal Taylor, Group One Crew, Skillet. Skillet was technically classified as one, and it technically still do consider themselves to be. All right, I think we're coming to the top of our platform here, so I'm just gonna pop that right in there, and then we gotta make like a little winner's platform, right? So the winner can have a whole bunch of stuff. All right, let's just get a wall. Let's do what's it? I mean, that kind of works. That'll work for what we need it for. We're just gonna put stuff on it, you know what I mean? Recently I heard the news about Newsboys and their lead singer, and it is very, very upsetting, and I'm angry, I'm upset, but it's not like that stuff can magically go away. So all right, now that we're at the top, guess we can go ahead and add some explosives and some grenades. Weapons Covenant, let's do plasma grenade, and we'll do 5 seconds, I guess. We'll do 2 of those, and then let's also do, yeah, the plasma launcher. That makes sense. We'll put this on a 15-second countdown. I know I've been yapping a lot, and I know a lot of it might not make a whole lot of sense to you guys, but the point I guess I'm trying to make at the end of the day is there's going to be important people in your life, and they're not going to be in your life forever, and that's okay. And it's going to be hard getting used to that. It's going to be hard getting used to the fact that you're not used to those people not being around anymore. But at the end of the day, you gotta find a way to take the memories that you've had with that person and use it to make something better for the future. And that's what I've been trying to do with everything I was taught by both the religious side of everything that happened and the personal side of everything that happened with both of those brothers. I've been trying to use that to be a better person. And Lord knows, I have failed, and I have failed hard, and I probably will continue failing. But, you know, like I said, when I started this channel and I was doing our first side series on Tony Hawk's Underground, I was telling the story about how me and my best friend always wanted to be YouTubers, but we never committed to it. We always put it off. We always do. We're gonna wait until the future when we're more prepared, when we're better at talking and commentary, when we have better computers that can actually do it, when we learn how to edit, and we never did. And that got to me. And so, like I said in the past, it got me to really think about it. Like, if I don't do this now, I might not ever do it. Okay? I'm not gonna learn unless we start making videos, okay? And so we did, and now we're here. And granted, you know, we have a small channel. We're doing goofy stuff, and my commentary isn't always in the best shape. But I think we've come a long way, and I think a lot of that has to do with the influences from my past. And I think that's why a part of me is so stuck in this era of 2010 to the end of 2013. That is like where my brain has been stuck in for the past 12 to 15 years. I miss my friends. I miss them a lot. And truth is, I might not ever truly... Truth is, you're never gonna get that friendship back the way it was. The way it was all those years ago. You might get something similar, but it's the same for anything that's in your past, okay? The memories are nice, but you can't perfectly recreate that same memory. Nostalgia is one hell of a drug, but nostalgia can never put you back in the place that you were before. Not truly. Maybe just for a split second, and that's great. There was nothing wrong with that. But I do think an important thing is moving on. And moving on doesn't mean forgetting. Moving on can simply mean giving somebody space, giving them time. I messed up really bad. So the years would go by, and I just felt a deep sadness inside that is either rooted from, you know, a deep depression that I don't know about, that I haven't gotten diagnosed. And so I'm not going to sit here and say and tell you I was depressed or anything like that, okay? I don't like self-diagnosis, but the things that I was feeling were very real, and I didn't understand it. But I also didn't realize at the time that that would be one of the best, most fun times of my life. And if I would have just accepted that instead of trying to be the cool kid or trying to deny my faith because I'm embarrassed by it, or... you know, it was rough. It was rough growing up the way we did. And so eventually when the time came, after, well, they were struggling. My friend's family were struggling. Things weren't good. You know what? I put the Covenant grenades on that side, so I'm gonna put the frag grenades on this one and have it balanced out a little bit. All right, I think that'll do for the weapons up here. So I guess now we could just start adding some weapons down here at the bottom. See, I don't know how well this is gonna work now, because I feel like it's too spread out now. My plan was to have everybody at the bottom fighting to get to the top by, like, throwing grenades. I forgot I had Boxer on for a second on Reach. Or, like, shooting rocket launchers at each other to try to make it up to the top. But, I mean, this is what we got, so hopefully it works out. Yeah, sorry, but as I was saying, years later, the family was struggling. The church that they had closed down. They couldn't have their services there anymore. And they didn't quit, though. They started having services at a woman named Donna's house, just out of their hearts, because they believed in their faith. That they absolutely 100. That's one thing I'll always respect about them, is they were always true to their faith, devoted to say the least, and I respect them for that. But church got closed down, and so they had to do what was best for their family. And so after one church service, as we were driving back to their house, they let me know that that would be our last church service together. They would be moving, and that was okay. But in that moment, that split moment, I just felt all that emotion flood in at once, and that's only ever happened to me a couple times in my life, and it always meant something. So they left, they moved to a new town, and I was on my own, and things were rough, but you know, it is what it is. I started hanging out with people I shouldn't hang out with. I got habits that, you know, a typical Christian family could never be around. And so I pushed them away. And the worst part is in the moment while I was doing it, I thought I was cool. I thought I was being impressive, or I was being grown up or an adult. And I realized how childish I really was in those moments looking back. Yeah, it's my own fault. After they moved, they kept in touch. They kept me involved. They would come drive 2 hours to pick me up and take me to whatever they're doing just to be involved. But I let the pain I was feeling and the anger and everything inside take control, and I used it as an excuse to do things that I shouldn't have been doing, things that I knew, or I should have known, would push everyone away. But I did it anyway, and so I don't know why I was surprised to find when, you know, they stopped talking to me. I stopped getting invited to things. They had to separate themselves from me, and the big part of that about that is I know it was their parents that really drove that home, especially their dad. I don't want to speculate, you know. I still respect that family. I love them. But, you know, at the time, it also kind of felt like that was a cry for help. And I wasn't getting any. And instead of getting help, I ended up pushing the best, you know, one of the only good things I had going for me then. Oh, this wall. Oh, this is not good. Oh, there's a little hole here. Oh, never mind. You can't get through. All right, don't tell anybody about that, and they don't have to know. All right, so, I mean, I think it's pretty much done. We put all the guns down here and everything, and, yeah. So now we can, like, throw grenades and stuff. Oh my goodness, look at that ricochet. That took forever to explode, but, yeah, now people should be able to pick up weapons and stuff, and, you should be able to chase your friends. It's a simple little game mode, and it took us way too long to make, but, I had fun, and, I'm sorry if I bored you guys with talking about my old friends and everything like that, and I know I am a terrible storyteller and a terrible explanationist when it comes to these things in my life, and I know, I feel you, and I am sorry. It's a lot, but right now, this map is just a simple game mode map. This doesn't really make, you know, a whole lot of sense to be a Dreader map, so we gotta add something that Dreader would want. And he would definitely want to add a secret jetpack and a secret energy sword to the map. He'd definitely want to do that. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, we got to get back all the way down here again. There we go. And let's toss that bad boy right under the stairs. And there's already an energy sword though, so we're just going to move this one right under here. That's Dreader's stash. Oh man, I wish I could leave a little note or something saying that that's Dreader's stash, but I guess that's what this video is for. Yeah. So happy birthday, Dreader. If you're watching this, I apologize for the terrible game, but also the terrible explanation of our friendship. You know, I've always been terrible with words and talking to people, but
What?
I don't know. You walked in.
Sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. Are you winning?
No, I made this.
And you're trying to go through the middle.
Well, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Fall damage. They can come out tomorrow.
That reminds me, yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of these respawn points. And I think we can do that if we just grab one and then delete all of these. Ah, there we go. And then we'll go set up that respawn point over here. Alright, respawn points, spawning. I think we need a couple initials. Let's toss a whole bunch of these bad boys in here. It sucks, because there's so much I could talk about. I could go on for hours. I wanted to be precise about everything, so I've been paraphrasing a lot. But if you're watching this, Dreader, happy birthday, man. I want you to know that I still appreciate our friendship, and I'm sorry for everything. I hope life has been treating you okay. Hope you've been figuring it out. Here's to another year of causing chaos and discord. I miss you, man. Oh, and by the way, I know you talked to Bonner and Trey. Yep, I know you talked to them, so I'm glad. I'm glad you got to talk to them. It was fun to reunite with those guys. Myself, I did a recording. I didn't make a video about it or anything, but we played CSGO for a few hours and it was a good time. So I guess the only thing to do now is to fight our way to the top. So let's get our secret stash and let's do this. Chuck a grenade! Oh gosh! Uh-oh. Oh no, we made it. Okay, no, it's perfectly fine. No flawed game mechanics here. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me we can't go up. Okay, we can go up. I'm keeping it in. I'm not changing it. We had a lot of good memories, my friend. A lot of bad ones too, but the good ones are so much more better than all of them that it's like they're not even there. All right, I guess that's enough of me being a little crybaby dramatic. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, that kind of looks like a monkey face. Did anybody else see that too, or is that just me? But thank you guys for watching. Side Series 6. It's coming. It's coming very, very soon. And all the episodes are going to be together. With that being said, peace out, guys. And I'll see you again next year. Later.
Suicide.